What's up, Raider Nation? I'm Raider back here with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Uh, we're closer to the season. We have 26 more days, no, 25 more days until the Raiders season opener. So that's exciting. Um, Today we're going to talk about how training camp has gone so far for the Raiders, just in general. I'm going to tell you guys that this is going to be the last video you guys see from me for at least the next 3 weeks. I'm going to explain why, but later on. But what's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a minute. Well, yeah, it hasn't been a minute. It's been about a week and a half since we've talked last. But we're gonna go just through the line of how training camp has been for the Raiders so far. But before we get into all that, we gotta do housekeeping stuff around here. So you guys should go ahead and go follow me on the Instagram mraider.ig. I'm almost close to 1.1 wait 1,100 followers on there. I was trying to figure that out, but there you guys will get exclusive content that you guys don't see anywhere else, and stuff that I don't get time to post on here, what I do on there. I will also say that I'm going to start taking a lot more time on that Instagram than I will be here, and I'm going to explain that too later on. But all right, guys. So Raiders camp opened up, and so the Raiders started putting on pads on the 18th. Ever since then, you've heard a lot of good things. First off, I want to address the fact that Trent Brown has missed training camp for the last 5 days. The last 5 days that training camp has happened, he's been missing. We don't know why, and insiders have not told us why. You would hope that it's not something serious. You'd hope that it's like just rest. Just the Raiders wanting to rotate in the younger guys. Gruden had said that was the case, but at this point, he's been missing 5 days. Nobody knows anymore. So it's like, it's I don't know. Certain guys like Arden Key. I've heard the Arden Keys look really good, and that's interesting because Arden Key needs to look good this year. He does. He definitely needs to start packing on weight and stuff because he hasn't done much. He's only got 3 career sacks, so he needs to start getting it together. And apparently he has. The Raiders seem smitten of him. I think I'm gonna address defense first and then go to offense. So that's good to hear that Arden Key is doing well. Trayvon Mullen got burnt on a catch by Zay Jones. It wasn't a good look, but apparently that was just a once in a while occasion. So yeah, Malik Collins has been one of the biggest stars of the defense so far. Gruden has said a lot about him. Gruden has said that he's doing well. Gruden has also said that Malik Collins will be the focal point of our defense, which means he's basically saying that our defense will go as far as Malik Collins takes it. And that's interesting because you would expect that statement to go to somebody like a Corey Littleton, or maybe even like a Nick Kwiatkowski, because Nick Kwiatkowski is going to be wearing the green helmet or the green dot on the helmet this year for the defense. But you would expect that exact statement to go to somebody like Kwiatkowski or Littleton, but no. Obviously, Malik Collins has turned a lot of heads, including Gruden's, and Gruden's very, very big on him. So you would probably expect him and Mo Hurst to rotate a lot this season and those 4-3 packages and stuff. So that's interesting. I don't know if anybody expected Malik Collins to be the talkative point at all. I certainly didn't. I know I didn't. So that's interesting. Let me see. Keyshawn Nixon had some really bad practices out there the last 3 days. There was a lot of clips that came out of Keyshawn Nixon like holding a lot. Like he was trying to hold on to the receiver for dear life. Almost like a penalty. So he's been struggling. Tanner Muse has reportedly been struggling to pick up the defense, which is no surprise because at Clemson in college, he played mainly safety. A lot of you guys know that he played an in-the-box hybrid safety type. And yeah, apparently he's struggling to get it all together, which is no surprise for a guy who a lot of draft analysts predicted would go in the 6th round. We obviously reached for him and took him in the 4th round because the Raiders obviously saw something there, but obviously he's been struggling. So I'm not surprised. I had even predicted that he was going to struggle. If you guys go back to my training camp special, I said the exact same words. So, no surprise there. It seems like I'm going to talk about Javin White now. It seems like Javin White is fighting and really close to fighting off Nicholas Morrow for that weak side linebacker spot. Javin White reminds a lot of people really so much of Corey Littleton. They move the same way. They play the same way. Their bodies are built the same way. You guys really, 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 really have to go look at their tapes, their college tapes, and you won't see a difference. They are like the same exact player, Corey Littleton and Javin White. I'm really hoping that Javin White makes the roster. I think he will. I think the Raiders know he's a little too talented to think or to know that they're at risk at losing him every single week should they put him on the practice squad. No, but Javin White has been turning some heads. This isn't the first time that Gruden's talked about Javin White. Obviously Gruden has, talks about Javin White a lot. And the defense, the defensive staff loves him. So I definitely think he's going to make the final 53. But I think he's the training camp Jim. He's got to be, right? He's been a stud. I really think the kid will make it. I hope so. Because, if we let him go, somebody's going to sign him right there and then. Almost like the whole Keelan Doss fiasco. But obviously. Oh, I know, right? It's like, we had guys like, but what's up to the thrill of it? You guys got to go watch his videos. He has some good commentary. You guys got to go watch him. But anyways, yeah, it is amazing to see that we have athletic linebackers this year. It really is, because, and I said this on my training camp special too. A lot of our linebackers that we've had over the last, I'm gonna say 3 years, Perry Riley, Navarro Bowman, Nicholas Morrow, Marquel Lee, guys like that. Those guys. Tahir Whitehead, you could run through them like a piece of paper. There was no way they were stopping anybody. And when I think this is hilarious now looking back at it. When the Raiders signed Navarro Bowman in 2017, right? He was on a 1-year deal, and the offseason came, and everybody was like, all Raider fans were like, we got to re-sign this dude. Bring him back. Why? Because the Raiders linebackers were so bad back then that that's the best we could get, and he looked like an all-star, when in reality he sucked. But yeah, it is refreshing to know that we have athletic linebackers this year. Corey Littleton's going to be running all over the place. He's a dog. That guy's going to get us places. You can't run through him as easy as you could run through all the other guys. There's a part of me that wishes that Tanner Muse would get the offense down quicker because of the athleticism. But obviously, like I said earlier, he's struggling, which is no surprise there. But yeah, it's very amazing to know that we have athletic linebackers this year. It really is. It's refreshing that we finally got the linebacker spot down after years of neglecting the linebacker spot in the draft. So that's good. But going back to Javin White, yeah, I mean, I think Javin White and what he's done in camp so far speaks for itself. I'm really, really excited to see if he'll make the roster. I think he will. In fact, I'm even thinking about making a whole video on it separately on why I think he'll make the roster. So yeah. In other news, like I said earlier, Max Crosby was activated off the COVID-19 IR list. He said during a press conference the other day that he was. Did the Raiders make the playoffs this year? Yes. I think so. I think it'll either be 9-7 or 10-6. And I think the Raiders will get lucky enough to be the first ever AFC 7 seed. I think they'll get that 7 seed. They're lucky to have that. I think they'll be the first team to ever get that. They just fit the bill, you know? Like, you know, the 7 seed is kind of designed to be like that team where it's like, you know, we're good, but why not us? You can't forget about us. That's kind of what the 7 seed is. And that's kind of what the Raiders fit the bill in. You know, that's what it seemed like last year too. But yeah, I think the Raiders make the playoffs. I hope so. This season is really tough, but I hope so. I think we can barely edge it up. Yeah, I'm gonna say 9-7 or 10-6. But that's only if. That's only if. If you really think about it. That's only if the Raiders start. If the Raiders start like 1-3. No, Derek. Why do so many people hit on Derek Carr? I don't understand. Oh boy. I think. Well, obviously by playoff time we would know if Derek Carr could do it or not. Because if not, obviously Mario would be starting by then. So, but I don't understand anymore the whole hate with Derek Carr. I never will, quite frankly. Anyways. Yeah, but like I was saying, if the Raiders start like 1-3, let's say we start with like a loss to Carolina, like a win to New Orleans, it'll probably be the other way around. But like a loss to New England, then no way you can count us out because the rest of our schedule is an uphill climb. But if we start like 3-1, maybe. I already broke. Let me see. CXP Productions. I broke down the schedule like 3 months ago, dude. You gotta go find that video. That's been long ago. I broke that down a long time ago. But maybe if you stick around, maybe I'll go through. I'll go through a quick rundown if you want. If you stick around. Anyways, like I was saying. Max Crosby was saying in a press conference that he went home when he was dealing with the whole COVID thing, and he was he started slapping a palm tree to keep himself in shape. A lot of people were saying that he was kind of out of shape after the 2 weeks after he could come back. Well, that's obviously going to be the case because he wasn't able to do much. He had no equipment. So, that's obviously going to be the case. Yeah, that's obviously going to be the case. Let me tell you guys something about Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs looks really good in camp. His route running almost makes your ankles hurt. Just watching him run routes, his speed, you can't teach his speed. Like, I don't know, his cuts and like his speed dimensions out there on the field, what it's been looking like, they look pretty good, man. There's even been rumors out, or there's even been some reports out there that when Derek throws him the ball, he has to slow down just so that way he can catch the ball. So that's funny. Obviously, they got to kind of find a good speed threshold, or else that's going to be a problem in games. But Oh yeah, Ruggs mic'd up. Who saw that last night? That was good. You can tell that kid's the future. His energy mixed with like his pride and determination and that Donald Duck orange juice he's running on. You don't think I ever forgot about that. But the kid's the future. He's not divish. He's not like, he doesn't have enough diva personality to be a problem, but he's got enough swagger to be somebody good. So, but yeah, it's he's some hype. He can get you hyped. But like I was saying, watching him run those routes in the mic'd up last night kind of made my ankles hurt. I mean, the way he just cuts is crazy. It could definitely cause some issues for opposing defenses out there. It's almost crazy. And another rookie receiver that looks good with the route running is KJ Hamler. from the Broncos. He looks good too. But obviously, we're not going to worry about KJ Hamler right now. So, that's that on Ruggs. Trying to think of some other stuff here. Let's see. Jacobs has been killing it as usual in camp. He literally destroyed Demarius Randall on the first day of camp. Basically told him he ended his career. And there's a lot of other good things out there going on with the Raiders training camp. They all look good, man. They really do. You could tell the coaching staff is really invested in the team this year. The team chemistry this year is real. It really is. You can just see it. So this year's going to be exciting. And I'm gonna mention something about the Thrill of It's video about John Gruden the other night. This season will definitely tell the last the next like 10 years of what Raider football is going to look like. Because if we underperform this year like we did last year, people are going to start calling for Gruden's head. And quite honestly, before I watched this video, I didn't even realize how mediocre Gruden has been, but that's kind of concerning. It really is. But obviously, nobody has any excuses on the Raiders. Gruden doesn't have an excuse. Carr doesn't have an excuse. Paul Guenther doesn't have very many more excuses. Nobody has an excuse. Really. I mean, that's just the way it is. But overall, Raiders training camp looks good. Sounds good. I don't have any big concerns. We obviously don't like seeing Trayvon Mullen get burnt by Zay Jones. But, those things happen every once in a while. So, I'm pretty sure that was... Yeah, it is time for us to get back to the playoffs. And we have all the pieces to do it. So, it could either be an exciting year or a tricky year. Now, it also sucks that the Raiders are not going to be able to have fans this year. Well, you see, the Raiders, if you go back to when John Gruden was first hired, there was a part where Mark Davis said in the press conference that he was going to allow Gruden 2 years of rebuilding, because that's what Gruden called it, rebuilding. And then year 3 and above, we have to start winning. And I think that's what they want to see. I would consider the rebuilding process to be over and more so retooling and putting the final touches on it. We have formidable pieces. I would consider these next few years to be developing more than rebuilding, because obviously our secondary is very young. The average age of 23 isn't going to get you very far. And, if you look at our receiving core too, Before we traded Khalil Mack? Yeah, before we traded Khalil Mack. Yeah. Because that was like in January of 2018. But, I would consider it more retooling more than anything now. So, I mean, if we get to the playoffs, we're probably not going to get very far. Let's just face it. But that'd be a great accomplishment, Because this season, you would hope it's not a fluke like it was in 2016. I stand by saying it was a fluke in 2016. So, but we'll have to wait and see. You would hope that Trent Brown comes back soon. Next week, the Raiders start getting ready for Week 1 against Carolina. Like I said, the season is a shortage of a skin under 25 days away, so that's very exciting. I couldn't be happier. We got to go do something good this year, man. We really do. But, training camp looks good. We definitely have good pieces. I haven't heard any bad reports. There was a rumor going out around there for a minute or so this morning that during practice the Raiders had to stop practice because Derek Carr supposedly rolled up his ankle in camp or in practice today. But that was a fake rumor. Somebody confirmed it was fake. But anyways, yeah. In other news, ice training camp finishes up. We obviously have to start thinking about 53-man rosters. The roster. And I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna give you guys 2 sneak peeks. 1, I think Javin White makes it, and 2, I think surprise. If you're gonna give me a surprise cut, I'm gonna say Nicholas Morrow. And I still don't understand. Some people think that Zay Jones isn't gonna make it. Makes no sense. I mean, why would we not keep a guy who worked with the quarterback 1, for the whole quarantine, was very serviceable enough to get us 300 yards, give us 300 yards of his receptions, and let's trade a valuable 5th-round pick for him? I don't know. It makes no sense. Now, I will say I don't think that either Keelan Doss or Marcel Amen are making the roster. Maybe Keelan Doss practice squad, but I think he has a little bit too much talent to be kind of sitting there on the practice squad for very long. So we'll see. In other news, legendary head coach Tom Flores has finally been named as a true finalist to the Hall of Fame. In this season, he has a really good chance to make it, as he was the only minority candidate named. I hope he makes it. I think he'll make it finally, and I'm so happy. It's about time. I am so happy. I was literally sitting here, right? I was watching the NFL Network on my TV over here. And I was, because I spend a lot of time in this room. But I was sitting here, and I turn on the NFL Network, and I see something like Hall of Fame, and I see Tom Flores, and I'm like, what? So then I, looked into it more, and I was so excited. I can't be happier. Okay? Tom Flores deserves the Hall of Fame honor so much. If you go back last year to my video where I was complaining about him being snubbed, that only says half of the story. Okay? Coach Flores was the first Hispanic coach to win a Super Bowl, on top of bringing us 6 winning seasons. Obviously, after he was done coaching, he served as a radio analyst for the Raiders and the Raiders radio. But I mean, coach deserves it so much, literally. Let me tell you guys something. I actually live in his hometown, and actually in the early years of my life, like I don't know, when I was 5 or 6, I literally lived 2 minutes away from him. So my dad would actually go to his house and get autographs. But let me tell you, Tom Flores deserves the honor so much. My high school football stadium, is named after him, the Tom Flores Stadium. Every year, Tom Flores comes down from the Bay Area and donates $8,000 to my city's local K through 8th grade schools. On top of that, he loves my school's football program. He comes and he sits at the games, because Friday night football. And my city actually has a blood drive every year in his honor. It's called the Tom Flores Blood Drive. And every year they allow people to enter a raffle where you could win an autograph from him. This year I actually won. I legit actually won this year. This year was my first year actually winning. I actually won. Yeah. The autograph itself was in my bedroom upstairs, but I would go get it. But obviously I'm not going to leave. But yeah, I actually won the giveaway. I actually won the raffle, rather. Yeah, it was fun. I've actually met Coach Flores. Really nice man. Like I said, he deserves it so much. I mean, he's done so much for my city, and my city appreciates him so much. He's a regular here. But you know how cool it feels to know that I lived in my early life. I lived 2 minutes away from an NFL Hall of Famer. You know how cool that feels? That feels pretty cool, I gotta say, man. But no, Coach Flores deserves it so much. He's done so much on and off the field. And I know, like I said, I know personally because I've been part of it personally. Um, I don't know, man. As long as Mahomes is with the Chiefs, I don't see it. So, um, that's pretty cool. I was actually thinking about making a whole autobiography. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. I was actually thinking about making an autobiography whole video on Coach Flores, explaining his on the field and off the field life because I know so much about him. But that's obviously going to take a lot of time and work. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. We'll see. I've been thinking about it. But I appreciate you joining the live stream today. So thank you for watching. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Congratulations to Coach Flores. I can't wait. I can't wait until that day comes where they actually confirm it. Coach Flores has actually always said, because he's so intertwined with my city, that he might actually do his half of his Hall of Fame speech at my high school. And let me tell you guys, if that happens, I'm getting tickets and I'm taking all my cameras. You best believe. I'm gonna be all over that. But seriously, I'm really happy for Coach Flores. He deserves it so much. Really does. Can't say good things about him. Anyways, we're gonna move on here to more recent news, and that is that the Jaguars are very, very, very close to trading defensive end Yannick Ngakoue. Apparently, they're close enough to trading him to where they might trade him either later on today or tomorrow. And so the rumor is that the Raiders remain the most interested team in his services. And Adam Schefter has also leaked that compensation piece the Jaguars would be getting back is a second-round pick. Now, the Raiders have a second-round pick this year, finally. They have a second-round pick this year. And obviously, the Jaguars are very interested in trading for that. The Raiders actually came very, very close to acquiring him on draft night last year. They almost traded the 19th overall selection for him, but the Jaguars said that wasn't enough, so that didn't happen. And personally, I wasn't really big on us trading a first round pick. Maybe if I knew it was Damon Arnett, maybe I'd be a bit more supportive. But I mean, I'd rather get a young stud. But the rumor is that's the case. Another team that's been thrown in there is the Jets, along with the Chiefs. Oh my God! If the Chiefs get him and Frank Clark, whoo, yeah, not good. So obviously, we'll have to wait and see. But there's definitely some merit to it. I'll give it about a 45% chance that it happens. And obviously, if we do acquire Ngakoue, that obviously puts us out of the conversation for Jadeveon Clowney. And we're still waiting on him to sign. Perhaps. We could definitely use that second rounder in a lot of different ways. But I mean, this is one of those situations where you gotta say in Gruden and Mayock we trust. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna check my phone real fast to see if there's any updates on that. I don't think there is. Let me double check here. Doesn't look like much. Oh, you're saying like they would look like fools in a good way? Yeah, definitely. Oh, I don't think they should either. But apparently, he's not happy there. And honestly, I mean, who would be happy with the Jaguars? I honestly think that Tom Coughlin messed up some of their players' heads with the way he managed them in the front office. Yeah, nothing new on the Ngakoue front. Um, but obviously, that would be really nice for us to get him. I mean, it would look like Farrell, Crosby, Nassib, or not even Farrell Crosby, Ngakwe, and then probably Nassib as a backup. And obviously, that would be kind of foolish to put Nassib. That would kind of be foolish to put Nassib in as like a backup, because I honestly think we overpaid a lot for Carl Nassib. I really do. I think we gave him a lot more than we needed to. But I mean, that's whatever. If you guys haven't already, go watch the exclusive training camp footage I got a hold of. Yeah, I actually got a hold of some exclusive training camp footage. It's actually legit. Go watch it in my last video. But yeah. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I got. I'll stay on here as I usually do for about three extra minutes. That way I can answer any questions anybody may have out there. But if you, I'll be. Raiders need more depth in the receiving core. More proven depth, sure, but I don't know about depth itself. It depends on what kind of depth. Because I mean, we already have, we got Ruggs, we have Edwards, who will probably, I don't know actually. Edwards might serve as a slot guy. I don't know, because they're like that's another big thing. The Raiders coaching staff loves Edwards, and they're really big on him, and I could see why. I mean, the guy's good. But don't forget, they also have Hunter Renfrow, and then they have Zay Jones. They have Nelson Aguilar, who I hate very much. They have Tyrell, and then they have Marshall Aitman and Keelan Doss. So that's like 8 receivers right there. Oh, yeah, Enrico Gafford. So, yeah, there's definitely 8 receivers right there. So I don't know about depth. Proven depth? Sure. Yeah, there's not much new news that I can talk about. I'll wait 3 minutes before I address some personal situations. Or should I say why I'm not going to be doing videos for about the next 3 weeks here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and address that right now. So the reason why I've said since yesterday that I'm not going to be doing videos for the next 3 weeks is tomorrow I actually start virtual school. I still can't believe we have to do school virtually. It's going to suck. I hate that. But I'm going to start school again. And also, there was somebody out there who and this is the big Raider fan page, but we had about a big 45 to 50-minute conversation yesterday where he was telling me that he thinks that I should focus more on my Instagram page because of how big it's growing compared to the YouTube. And he kind of opened my eyes. So I think I'm going to start focusing more on the Instagram. So I would go follow that if I were you. I'm still going to be active here, but not as much. Maybe during the season I'll have the, weekly post-game recap. But other than that, I don't know. Other than that, there probably won't be much news to report on. Obviously, I'll come on here within the next 3 weeks if there's any big news to report on. But no guarantees and no promises on that. But with me starting school and obviously with this kind of being a dead period of Raider news and me wanting to focus more on my Instagram page, you think that I need to grow my channel? Yeah, but it's really hard to get subscribers. And, this guy brought up a good point to me, and that's that a lot of people don't really care. Once you're on one platform, they don't care about the rest, which is kind of true. But I would definitely love to grow my channel because this is originally where I started. I've had this channel for 3 years now compared to the other 2 years that I've had my Instagram page or stuff like that. So, but I would love to grow my channel. It's just that it's really hard to grow it on YouTube. it has to click, and that's kind of hard to find. But with all that being said, with school and obviously me wanting to focus more on my Instagram and training camp nearly wrapping up and stuff like that. You guys probably won't see me again on here until the first week of September. I'll do my 53-man roster predictions. We'll talk about any other necessary news, and then we'll get ready for week 1. So that's pretty much the outlook for the next few weeks or the next month or so of the channel. But this pretty much wraps up my whole offseason coverage. Next time you guys see the but see my followers are my fans. So and quite frankly, thank you, I appreciate that. But quite frankly, I don't have very many people here on YouTube that I can consider fans that actually watch me every video. So, but obviously that's that. There's a good chance that I might flip around the studio set a bit over the next few weeks. So you guys may not be looking at the screen anymore. You guys might be looking at the mural that I have right here in the back or on the front. I may or may not take time to install the tile flooring that's supposed to be in here because we haven't done that yet. So the studio might look a little different by the time you guys see me next. But with that being said, Raider Nation, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the first week of September. So I'll obviously come on here if there's any important news I got to talk about. And until then, go Raiders.